a lot of speak. But for me, it doesn't matter.
I'm hearing everybody else is saying they've only just found out. It's breaking news. It's like the Conor Ben situation. The news was changing every hour. So let's see what more information comes out this afternoon. What more?
I don't know. Maybe Daniel afraid me. I don't know. It just show for me.
Daniel Dubois got attacked by Oleksandr Usyk after failing drug test dot, but this time it wasn't fists, it was words that cut deepest. Usyk didn't shout, he didn't insult, he dismissed Dubois like a fly on his shoulder. While Dubois runs around begging for sympathy, Usyk simply shrugs. Holig, no drama, just domination. The fight ended in the ring, the respect that never even began.
Don't worry. Take it easy, buddy.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, man.
Okay. I wait you.
Yeah.
After Usyk publicly humiliated him with that icy, it doesn't matter, you'd expect Dubois to go quiet, but instead he steps up to the mic with crocodile tears and fake pride. The same man who just failed a drug test now claims he's clean? This isn't a defense, it's an insult to the sport. What's worse, he's trying to spin this as some motivational comeback story. No accountability, no apology, just recycled gym slogans. Fans aren't stupid, Daniel. You got caught. And trying to play the victim now only makes it uglier. Usyk didn't just expose your chin, he exposed your character.
You know, clean, stay clean. I know I'm clean. I don't use anything, you know. It's just hard work and dedication.
Now here's where things get strange. Dubois, yes, the man under fire for a failed drug test, is calling out drug cheats. Is this guilt talking or a clever diversion? Some say he's deflecting before more details drop. Either way, it's raising eyebrows. Why would someone under suspicion speak so boldly, unless there's something bigger he's hiding?
Find the people that are, you know, doing that sort of thing. So, you know, drug cheats need to, you know, they need to step aside and let real fighters fight.
Johnny Nelson hints at something deeper brewing, a scandal that's still unfolding full of missing pieces, just like Conor Ben's case. Why is the story changing by the hour? Who knew what and when? There's something off here. Fans are watching closely. Is this just the beginning of Dubois' downfall, or is there another twist coming?
It don't matter what drugs you take. It doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger. It might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter. That's proof. You know, so until more news comes out.
Anthony Joshua said what many were thinking, but few dared to say. No diplomacy, no filters, just a straight-up public execution. He is a drug cheat. He should be banned. That's not just a statement, that's a sentence. When a respected champion like AJ publicly calls for Dubois to be banned, it shifts the whole atmosphere. This isn't just a failed test, it's a stain on the sport. AJ's words carry weight, and now they hang over Dubois like a dark cloud. The fans hear it, the media hears it, and most importantly, the promoters hear it. Suddenly, Dubois isn't just fighting Usyk, he's fighting the court of public opinion, and AJ just lit the torch. Is this the beginning of a total collapse, or a final warning shot? One thing's clear, when you lose AJ's respect, you've lost the room. And Usyk? He doesn't need to say a word. AJ just did it for him, and it hit harder than any punch.
Drug cheat. Is that a fight you'd entertain?
No, definitely.
At no point, no.
Frank Warren sounds like a man trying to put out a fire with a bottle of petrol. Let the penny drop? It didn't just drop. Frank, it exploded. The rematch was doomed the moment Dubois' drug test came under scrutiny, and now Warren's trying to paint it as some unavoidable chaos. But fans aren't buying it. Behind the polished statements and legal jargon, there's a sinking ship, and Warren knows it. Lawsuits, governing bodies, sudden delays, it's all smoke. Deep down, Warren likely realizes the truth. He backed the wrong horse. Usyk stood ready, Dubois didn't. Not mentally, not physically, and now, not legally. The fact that this mess is being compared to a circus isn't an exaggeration, it's generous, because circuses at least have order. This, it's desperation dressed as press. And the worst part? The fans saw it coming. You can't sell clean fights when your fighter's name is tangled in controversy. Frank's not just managing damage, he's managing denial.
You know, let the penny drop that the fight could never go forward.
and some of the stuff that's come out since about people being, the board being sued and something and so forth is just a non-runner. It's crazy. I mean,
Joe Rogan wasn't even talking about Dubois directly, but somehow the punch landed perfectly. This is what makes Rogan's commentary hit different. It cuts through PR. Got off PEDs, found Jesus, then got knocked out. It might be about someone else, but Dubois' situation fits the script a little too well. The whole redemption act, the sudden moral high ground, the preacher-style interviews, it all feels manufactured. When a fighter's story starts sounding like a Netflix redemption arc, fans get suspicious, especially when the performance in the ring doesn't match the talk outside of it. Usyk's been consistent, no drama, no scandals, just pure boxing brilliance. Dubois, he's now tangled in whispers, spiritual claims, and a knockout reel he can't outrun. Whether Rogan meant to or not, he just echoed what the fans already feel. Dubois is trying to rewrite a story that was already finished in the ring. And the ending, it wasn't divine, it was devastating.
A two-sided story there. He got off PEDs and he also found Jesus Christ. So he stopped going to strip clubs, he stopped hanging out with girls, but he stopped having fun. And then got serious about Jesus and got knocked the fuck out. Take them steroids.
Simon Jordan doesn't sugarcoat. One failed test, gone ski. The message is brutal and clear. No second chances for cheaters. Dubois' team may cry misunderstanding or timing, but in the eyes of people like Simon and Spencer Oliver, there's no debate. Fail once, and you're out. They're not just talking rules, they're talking principles. What happens to fighters who stay clean, follow the grind, and stick to the basics? Like Usyk, why should they share the ring with someone who cut corners? Boxing already battles corruption, dodgy judging, and biased politics. Now PED scandals threaten to stain everything. If Dubois isn't punished, what message does that send? That you can cheat, lie, deny, and still headline rematches? Simon's gone ski verdict might sound casual, but it echoes what the sport desperately needs: zero tolerance. If you can't play fair, don't play at all. Dubois failed more than a test. He failed the unwritten code of the fight game, and in boxing, that's unforgivable.
Yeah, listen, I've always been strong on that. I've always been strong on the fact that I don't believe in giving them a second chance.
You're basically saying no 3 strikes and you're out.
No 3 strikes
and you're out.
No.
One, you fail a test and gone ski.
Absolutely, because I just believe then that moving forward, people would think twice about doing it. If they think, well, you know what, I'll get a second chance anyway, I might.
Usyk didn't just deliver a quote, he delivered a character assassination. He is a quitter. He finished on his knee. He is afraid, cold, calm, clinical. No yelling, no wild insults, just facts. With Carl Froch watching on, Usyk casually tore Dubois' image apart. He didn't call him weak, he proved it. Joyce fight, quit on a knee. Usyk fight, quit again. And now, with a failed test in the mix, Usyk's final jab lands perfectly. He's afraid. It's not just a psychological dig, it's public shaming at the highest level. Dubois can post as many training clips and motivational quotes as he wants, but Usyk owns the truth. He exposed the cracks before the scandal even broke. And now, every time Dubois speaks, Usyk's quiet, piercing words echo louder. This isn't just rivalry, it's domination on every level. Physically, mentally, reputationally. Usyk didn't just win the fight, he owns the narrative. And Dubois, he's still on one knee, just trying to stand back up.
This opportunity, or is there someone else more deserving? Joe Parker maybe, or does Daniel deserve his shot?
Yeah, I think Daniel deserves, because Daniel from UK, it's interesting for all people.
Here we go again. Dubois playing the victim. He's still stuck on the same tired line. I was robbed. No accountability, no introspection, just blame and excuses. He conveniently forgets the part where he took a knee and never got back up. And now he's promising to throw the kitchen sink at Usyk in the rematch? That's not strategy, that's desperation wrapped in a cliche. It's almost insulting to the sport. While Usyk's camp is discussing angles, pace, and precision, Dubois is busy throwing metaphors and crying robbery. Let's not forget, this isn't just a rematch, it's a clouded one, stained by a failed drug test. And with that hanging over his head, even his aggression feels fake. Land everywhere? That sounds like a man hoping something sticks, not a fighter with a plan. You can scream injustice all you want, but when your last 2 big fights ended with you kneeling and quitting, fans remember. And Usyk? He's not interested in your emotional monologue. He's already got the blueprint to break you again. Loud words won't erase a clean loss or a dirty test.
I think he's been down a few times with body shots, so yeah, there's definitely this time I've got to throw the kitchen sink at him, you know.
Yeah.
Duke McKenzie tried to show love to Dubois, but even in that praise, the truth slipped out. If it wasn't Usyk, that line alone says everything. No matter how seasoned, calculated, or heart-filled Dubois may be now, it's not enough against the man who already dismantled him once. And that was before the drug test controversy. Let's be real, experience doesn't erase weakness, and so-called heart doesn't shine when you quit twice under pressure. Joyce broke him. Usyk humiliated him, and now the world's expected to believe he suddenly transformed into a composed warrior? No. Usyk's levels above in IQ, conditioning, and composure. Dubois may have improved, but Usyk hasn't declined. In fact, he's more dangerous because now he's angry. He's insulted by the audacity of this rematch narrative. Fans aren't stupid, they hear seasoned, and remember Dubois on his knee. They hear big heart and remember the drug test. You can package it with nice commentary, but no spin will change the reality against Usyk. Dubois will always be one step behind and one excuse too late.
I say, if he was fighting anybody else other than Oleksandr Usyk, I would pick him to win. But what they're convinced...
You think he is number 2 heavyweight in the world right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl Froch's take sounds balanced on the surface, but dig a little deeper and you'll hear the hesitation loud and clear. He calls Dubois a different machine, but still names Usyk the favorite, then slips in a quiet jab. Maybe Usyk should stop fighting. That's not analysis, that's wishful thinking. Froch sees what everyone else sees. Dubois may be better, but Usyk is still levels ahead. So instead of hyping the challenger, he subtly hints at retirement for the champion. Why? Because that's the only way Dubois gets a shot. Let's not forget, Usyk just came off back-to-back wins against Anthony Joshua, schooled Dubois the first time, and still looks razor sharp. There's no sign of slippage. Meanwhile, Dubois is surrounded by red flags, quitting history, a failed test, and shaky mental resilience. Froch's praise feels like he's trying to convince himself, because deep down, everyone knows if Usyk shows up healthy and focused, this fight ends the same way. Different version of Dubois? Maybe. Different result? Highly unlikely. And even the legends know it.
Dubois now is a different machine.
Self-confidence will be...
And time waits for no man, as the saying goes. I just think that this is a fight that's exciting. It's a good fight. You've got to make Usyk the favourite, but it's a fight that Daniel Dubois can definitely win. Yes. I don't think Usyk.
Daniel Dubois got attacked by Oleksandr Usyk, not just in the ring, but in legacy, pride, and public standing. What started as a clean defeat has spiraled into a full-blown scandal, with Dubois now drowning in allegations of a failed drug test, public humiliation, and complete credibility collapse. Usyk didn't just beat him physically, he dismantled him psychologically. From calling him a quitter to mocking his fear on camera, Usyk has dominated the rematch conversation without throwing a single punch. And while Dubois pleads innocence and hides behind PR statements, Usyk stands tall, unbothered, undefeated, and untainted. This isn't just about a rematch anymore, it's about trust, character, and the purity of the sport. The same fighter who once took a knee to avoid damage now finds himself on his knees in front of the court of public opinion. Will the rematch even happen? Should it? Or has Dubois burned every ounce of credibility he had left? Usyk's words echo like a cold verdict. He is afraid, and now with AJ calling for a ban, Nelson comparing the chaos to Conor Benn, and fans demanding answers, Dubois' future hangs by a thread. Boxing isn't just a test of fists, it's a test of honor, and when you fail that test, there are no belts waiting, only silence, shame, and exile. If justice exists in this sport, Dubois doesn't just lose the rematch, he never gets to fight it. Let the fans decide, is this redemption, or should the curtain finally fall?